The job is truly unique. 5 years ago, I started working in the visitor center. I was actually a realtor looking for some extra income as the market turned down, and befriended the pilot that was here at the time. His name was Gary. And they ended up leaving and going back to Europe, so he asked me if I wanted to come to work here. So I started back then and then trained and ended up becoming the chief pilot, and that's my current position now. Irvine's a pretty cosmopolitan place, so you get people from all walks of life in all different areas. You get a lot of families coming out that are visiting from other locations, and they bring them out to the balloon. Seeing as the balloon is free, it's a great vehicle for people to come out and see the area when they're visiting. You try and anticipate the wind as much as possible, so at the very beginning of the day, even before, we're looking 5 days out to see what the weather's going to be like. And at the very beginning of the day, before we even start flying, we check the weather to see how it's going to be and see how it's going to progress. But with the balloon, you basically want to load it properly for what you're expecting on the wind. So sometimes the wind ramps up gradually, sometimes it comes up like that. And usually when it's quick, it's because there's a storm or some kind of system in the area. But it can move a lot when it gets windy. The balloon is basically an inverted pendulum, so any kind of sway you have at the top, as you come down, it excites it. So it's going to be more severe at the bottom. There are times where it's extreme enough where, you can see it here as it comes down, the gondola can actually touch the cable at the top. Typically that happens more at the bottom, but that's where it's a bit more of an extreme flight, and that'll actually cause it to pitch a little bit and really kind of move around. And that's minor. It can get very extreme. But you basically just have to line it up over the platform and know how much swing is there to be able to bring it in. And if it's on one axis, it's a lot easier than if it's circling. We call it circling the drain. But if it's doing that, it's going to be a little bit more of a rough landing because it's harder to actually plan it. People come out and actually drop to their knees and kiss the ground, but sometimes it's more, for the dramatic effect. But some people are generally happy to get off and won't come back.